The Lakers, man. The day of game one, bro. Breaking news. Where does news come from, Woj? We ain't hear of it at all. Dan Hurley, infamous UConn coach, back-to-back national titles, could win the third. Could win the third, but the Lakers said, hold on. We want you as our coach. And according to Woj, they're prepared to make a significant offer of money and length of contract to Dan Hurley to be the Lakers' next head coach. Before this time, all we heard was JJ Redick, the former coach of the Hornets. I've got his name right now. His name's right now.
Josh. No.
Is Borrego?
Yes, Borrego.
Okay.
I want to say that's close at least.
I apologize if I got your name wrong, man. But I heard his name. Really, JJ Redick is the main name that's been heard, and that's the name that Sean's been saying. So we got two things going on. Woj is saying Dan Hurley has been a target since the beginning. But again, why we're hearing this just now, I don't know. Shams is saying JJ Redick is really the guy. So not only we have these two different reports, these are credible reporters, man. And the people don't remember, Shams and Woj used to be, working together.
Yeah.
I think Shams was like the protege, you know what I'm saying? Like
it's the rule of two, man. It's the tip of basketball news.
Yeah, man. These are the main two we rely on. They're in direct contrast to each other, man.
Yeah.
And with this being said, it's kind of hard to react to it, but the Lakers did meet with Dan Hurley on Friday. Gina Buss, Rob Pelinka met with him, trying to close the deal. Hurley, apparently, he informed UConn that he had interest in meeting with the Lakers. He told them about this stuff on Wednesday, and he told his players on Thursday about it. And he met with the Lakers on Friday. And apparently it's reported he's mulling over the decision for the weekend. So before you go, I'm gonna give my little take on this, bro. Me personally, Woj, if this is a thing, why wasn't this reported sooner? Why? If this was reported before the JJ Redick stuff, I would respect it even more. Do you remember our reaction when we heard JJ Redick's name?
Yeah.
Like, this would make the Lakers seem more credible if they did this. So, I mentioned this dude earlier, but I'll mention him again. Nick Wright had kind of similar thoughts to what I was thinking. Like, this is just a smoke screen. He thinks JJ Redick is actually going to be the guy. And this is only made to make the Lakers look good about getting JJ. It's like, oh, we really wanted Dan Hurley, which is what everyone agrees with in the basketball space. But this is a guy that's, worked his way up, really earned it, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But, we tried, we couldn't get him. But hey, we got JJ Redick. It's gonna you know what I'm saying, lower the tension a little bit.
It's the switch.
Yeah. So I kind of agree with Nick Wright's take on that, man. I ain't gonna lie. Because you tell me no one heard this at all? That's what's fishy to me about this, bro. But at the end of the day, we'll know soon what's what, And before you go, I want to mention that JJ did mention on the podcast, I think it was Golick and Golick, about he'll address those comments after the NBA Finals. So he'll address the Lakers head coaching rumors after the finals are over. And he mentioned Shams directly. So look a little bit animosity in there, but I don't know, man. So those are my thoughts. I think it's just a smoke screen to satisfy Lakers fans. Like, hey, we are a competent front office. We know what we're doing. We didn't fire Darvin Ham prematurely. We had a game plan all along.
Right.
Right. Game plan, hire JJ Redick. You had a chance to get Mike Budenholzer. You didn't do that. Who to me is at least more credible. At least he's a championship coach.
Mm-hmm.
You fire Frank Vogel, who won you championship.
Yeah.
Fire Darvin Ham because of the great potential. We all thought the potential was there. He didn't have the roster to work with. You know what I'm saying? Fire him.
Yeah.
And before you have a full plan in place, you're still searching. And it seems like you're going to settle on JJ Redick, who has not had any experience coaching college or NBA. So that's that, man. What do you think about this whole Dan Hurley stuff, man?
First off, let me shout out JJ Redick for his response on the podcast. I did see a clip of it. I can't remember his exact statement, but he basically said, I'm going to address these comments after the NBA Finals. As we know, he's also an commentator for the finals right now. So, still working. Podcast, we know him and LeBron. I've been watching the Old Man 3 for many years at this point. I like JJ Redick. He's really, really genuine dude. So, I respect him a lot. The thing that I dislike about this, just like you, is always something with the Lakers, bro. And I'm honestly, quite frankly, bro, I'm tired of it. Because who is running y'all's media? Why are we getting reports that, oh, JJ Redick is the frontliner, and then all of a sudden, Dan Hurley. We ain't heard nothing about Dan Hurley. Dan Hurley just won 2 back-to-back NCAA championships. How often does that happen? I don't know, 15 years ago, that was the last time? On top of that, now you want a college coach? I'm the Lakers, bro. You also just gave me fuel because Frank Vogel, Darvin Ham, bro, y'all turning into it's such mediocrity when it comes to how they are as an organization. It's all about big names and, oh, this happened. Is LeBron controlling this? Or the Lakers, did Rob Pelinka do that? It's just like, I'm so tired of the Lakers, bro. Like, who asked for this? Who raised you? Like, who raised you? Like, bro, why? I'm pretty sure that there are other teams in the NBA right now probably searching for a new coach, a new GM, a new president of operations, a new trainer here. But you know how often we hear about them in comparison to the Lakers? 0 times. Why do we hear so much about the Lakers, and then they get somebody, then it doesn't work out, and they fire them, and then the cycle starts back over, and they're still... Oh, bro, it's so frustrating. And I'm not even a Laker fan. I'm just saying from the perspective of NBA fan, Twitter user, social media user, why is it always something with the Lakers, bro? And even if y'all get JJ, who I think will do a good job, even though he doesn't have the coaching experience, I think he can become a good coach if he decides to do that, which I also don't think he should do, just in my opinion. If you get Dan Hurley, what are you gonna do? Because if you have a good season, oh yeah, it worked out and everything was according to plan, even though y'all don't have a plan. And then if it goes bad, you gonna fire him too? This man could have easily just, like, he's building something at UConn. I think I don't know, bro. It's just, to me, if I was in the position of, I'm a coach and I got an opportunity to work in the NBA, I'm staying away from the Lakers. It's too much and this is not his fault, but it's too much with Bron. It's too much with Hollywood. It's too much with this organization specifically, because you go from winning a championship in 2020 to now, like 4 years later, you either don't make the playoffs or you get bounced in the first or second round, or you're in the play-in for the past 2-3 years. Like, I'm so sick of the Lakers, bro. Dan Hurley, JJ Redick, if y'all want to take on a challenge in your life, sure, I would stay away. I'm just, there's, and then like you said, just the timing of these things. Bro, this is the finals. Who's in the finals? Dallas Mavericks, Boston Celtics. Why must the Lakers find a way to creep into the spotlight? Let us watch basketball, bro. We don't care who you hire because it's not gonna matter. LeBron got 2 or 3 years at max. AD, he played better. I think he's gonna be fine. But they're not going to the championship. What's your goal? Like, besides, like, oh, we're the Lakers, we're famous and historic, and we won championships in the past. Stop. Let the other teams ascend. Y'all can't be the center of media forever. I'm done. I went on a rant, but the Lakers just, it's frustrating, bro. It's frustrating, guys. Like, what is going on? Stop. It doesn't matter what y'all do. Y'all are in this mediocre stage, and you won't be good for probably a while unless you just, I want to see players. Honestly, if you would have told me about some players, I would have been like, okay, but we're talking about coaching, the same roster that. All right, I'm done.
Let me ask you about. Let me mention this real quick. J.R. Smith came out and said, "Don't fall for it." Yo, this man tweeted that out, bro. He's like, "Yo, don't fall for it, Dan Hurley." He added him. Fall for it. And people, if you know, you know, bro. If JR saying something, don't fall for it, bro. Because I can, like you said, bro. If it don't work out, listen. I can see it. If we saw the Bucks have a great record, right? Fire that coach before the All-Star break. I can see if this don't go well. Fire for the All-Star break, man. I'm telling you, bro. This is, I agree with you. It's looking mediocre at this point. But let's just go over the flow for a second. Say this was their plan. They do somehow hire Dan Hurley. For me personally, I agree with what Nick Wright mentioned this too. We believe that some other NBA pundits think this too. Chris Broussard, all them. They think that this is just used to try to get himself a raise with UConn. You know what I'm saying? So I can totally see that. You know, it won't be as much as what the Lakers will pay, but you're building a legacy over there at UConn. You got some great players still over there at this point.
Got a whole program.
And if he leaves, you know, there's a chance that what's going to happen to those players, they may hit the transfer portal. You know what I'm saying? So I say keep doing what you're doing.
For sure.
But yeah, that's one thing that could be going on right now. Just using that as leverage.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I really do think so. And yeah, the two other candidates were just James Borrego and JJ Redick.
James?
Yeah, man. It was James. Yeah, I just saw it. I just looked that up. It was James. But that's it, though.
I feel you.
Come on, man. I think that really is the thing. But say they do hire him. This was planned all along. He's hired. Some of the pros is he is great at developing young players. And say that they do draft Bronny, because I believe this is going to be a thing. It'll be great for Bronny. It'll be great for AD. LeBron said, hey, I need you to hire for, not just for me, hire for AD. This has been widely reported by Windhorst and all these other pundits, man. Those are LeBron's wishes. And this will be a hire for that, in my opinion. So I think it could work out really well. Again, if he is the hire. And if they give him control. Because the issue of why they didn't hire Ty Lue is because the Lakers want to pick Ty Lue's staff. And there's some certain figures over there that have their hands in the pot, which they probably shouldn't. And these are all reports. I am not an NBA insider. I just listen to them. This is what they were saying. The Rambuses, for example. Why? What they do. So it is what it is. So if they stay in their lane, if Rob play his role and really give Dan his power, then it could work out really well. But I don't see any of that happening, bro. I really don't. But if it does, it'll be really good for the Lakers.
Yeah. When you're talking long term, that's my thing. Like, if I'm not trolling Lakers fans. I'm just being honest. From what I can see, the West is getting tougher. You got Dallas in the finals right now. Denver obviously is still relevant. You got to look out for Golden State still. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of talent in the Western Conference, and the Lakers, to me, with how they're currently constructed, even if they get Bronny or they get a good draft pick, they get some players. You got to look at the long term. If you're looking at someone like Dan Hurley, I don't think he's coached in the NBA before. He's a relatively new coach. I think his dad coached as well, but we're talking college basketball coach transitioning into the NBA, which is a transition in itself, and managing different players, personalities, etc., who've been around, who've been playing the game a certain way. If you're gonna hire Dan Hurley, you got to give him a chance, and you do need to honor like this rumored, long-term contract, because I don't think he's no disrespect to him. I don't think that he's just going to be able to translate from college to NBA and have instant success. If you hire him, let him, like you said, everyone, that's another thing with the Lakers. I feel like everyone is in the pot, like you said. So it's like, all right, let the coach be the coach. Let him come up with a game plan for the team, for the organization that makes sense. And let him execute it. Let him try to, at least. I say, especially like in a few years, like I said, LeBron's not going to be there forever. AD should be there. They're going to have other pieces, other players, but you got to look at the long-term, development. That's what everyone else has been doing, and that's why I feel like they've been successful. You look at Boston, they've had Tatum and Brown, they had Horford. They had a core and a system for a while. You look at Denver, you look at all these other teams, they've built up to this. Not just all right, get this piece, throw them in with Bron, throw them in with AD, see what happens. Obviously 2020 was good for the Lakers, but they haven't been able to build a roster that way. You got to let whoever the coach is, whether it's Dan Hurley, whether it's JJ Redick, whether it's some other random report that comes out next week, let them be who they need to be as a coach. But I think he can do well. If Dan Hurley is the guy and he takes on the job, I think he will do well. Obviously, just come out with 2 championships. He's doing something right.
Right. Yeah. Hurley himself was on the podcast with JJ Redick, breaking down some things that he likes to do or things that he would do. Yeah. LeBron tweeted that he likes him. He's really good, with what he does in offense. So I agree with you. What players would buy into the system that he has set up in UConn, I don't really know about that. It's a lot going on in that system where they really buy into it. And if they do hire him, I do look forward to see how he'll be on the sideline, since he's a passionate coach. He'll get in your face if he needs to. I would like to see that, but we'll see if this is a thing shout out to Dan Hurley. Apparently, is a thing. So, whatever you do, whatever you decide to do in this next phase of your career, I'm sure it will go well. And Lakers fans, I don't know, bro. Y'all need to focus on the roster. And there was a report about that. They're gonna try to focus on, complimentary pieces and just a star, which is good. But guess what? Y'all had that in 2020. But you didn't sign everybody you were supposed to. You don't trade these folks. So, like, you ain't keep a KCP. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway. That's the Lakers, bro. I'm done. I'm tired of the Lakers right now. Talking about them.
They just always gotta find a way to rear their heads.
On game one, bro.
I'm saying, like, bro, let them.
They could have brought this news out
Jeez.
anytime, bro. Like before the finals, bro.
Crazy.
You know how boring the sports news cycle was this week. They could have easily put this out last weekend, bro. We could have been talking about this for a couple days, because that's all we might be talking about. Then we'd be done with it. But you had to break it out. Game one. Come on, bro. Shout out to Wolves too, man.
Shout out to them. It's not their fault. They just have
his job.
They got to do their job,
Yeah, they're just doing their job. But I'm really interested to see how this is gonna play out. You got Sean's directly with Woj and so.
Oh man, they're in the gym right now.
Oh.